Previously on Herzler Films.
Well, looks like I'm gonna have to clean this off and then gonna deal with that situation. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
You are coming with me.
What the fuck? So what do you need me for again?
You like this universe, don't you?
Well, I like living.
Well, that's not gonna happen unless you come with me.
Why?
This universe is about to explode.
Wait, what?
Or implode, one of the two. Not unless you give your full ranked movie reviews of Guardians of the Galaxy, the trilogy.
Wait, but I have a controversial ranking of the three.
That's exactly why you're the one to do it. Now all you have to do is just hop in my little spaceship here and we'll be off.
Wait, what's in it for me?
Oh, yeah, I know about your little incident with your buddy.
Oh, shit.
Well, I can make that all go away, as if it never happened. I can reverse the whole thing. All you have to do is get on inside my spaceship here.
You can reverse to when I didn't kill my friend.
Well, can make it seem more like it never happened. That's the technical way of putting it, but just get in the damn spaceship. Come on.
Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this. This looks like a regular car.
It's not. As a matter of fact, I'd have you buckle up your seatbelt, sir. You might just shit your pants. Woo! Yeah, here we go. We're flying, even though we're not flying. Woo!
What's going on, guys? Herzler Films here, bringing you back with another video. But instead of being in the comfort of my own home, I am on a different fucking planet apparently, because my controversial take of the Guardians movies is, I guess, the only thing that's gonna save the universe right now. And also, this planet makes a lot of really weird noises. I'm just gonna wrap this up real quick, just so I'm not here any longer. Without further ado, I'm going to give you a quick disclaimer. So, one, this isn't the right list. This is just my personal ranking of how I enjoy these movies, personally, on a deeper level. Because I love all three of these movies. I don't want to rank them, but apparently I have to. Because of that, I have a controversial opinion. So, without further ado, sit back, relax. Hopefully, we're all not going to die. We're just going to see how this goes. So, yeah. Let's get started. So at the bottom of this list, I'm already gonna start with a controversial opinion. I'm gonna put Guardians 1 at number 3. And the reason why I do that, before you guys come at me with your pitchforks, tomahawks, rainbow dildos, I don't really know your weapon of choice, but before you come at me, I'm just gonna state my case. I love this movie and I think it's almost top tier Marvel, but what holds it back is the villain. I don't have an issue with the actor who's playing the villain. I don't have an issue with the villain on paper, but when I'm watching the scenes with the villain doing his thing and he's interacting with other characters, running the accuser, I don't really care. I care more about the characters he's interacting with than I do about the character himself. And because of that, some of the scenes that I watch him in drag the pacing considerably. Because whenever the focus goes on the villain, I immediately want to go back to the Guardians and watching them do their shit. And because of that, it kind of drags the movie a little bit in its pacing and its tone. But other than that, this movie is awesome. I think that the characters, the writing, the comedy, the tone, all of it works very well, and it's a masterfully directed film. James Gunn knocks this movie out of the park. He is just a masterful director, and he really knows what he's doing, especially with the characters. You really get a sense that these characters really belong together on screen. They belong on the screen, and they kick a lot of ass, and there's so many great moments. And this movie is just, it's a dub. But for me, unfortunately, I have to put it number 3, specifically because it has a villain problem. And our runner-up is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I personally enjoyed. I love this movie. Now, I'm gonna be brutally honest, the first time that I watched this movie, I had very high expectations going in because of how Marvel's been putting out their films and haven't really been focusing on the quality of the products, just more on getting them out there and just hoping it's okay and makes a lot of money. But that being said, I had a lot of high hopes for Guardians 3, and it delivers. But that being said though, I didn't really enjoy it as much until the second time I watched it, knowing what happens in it. And I gotta say, it's a very effective and satisfying conclusion to a very cohesive trilogy. And it just does almost everything perfectly. Now that being said, I will say this movie does suffer from some pacing issues, and the first 10 minutes are a little bit choppy, even though those elements are also really cool. But once I get past those first 10 minutes, this movie is awesome. And what I want to talk about first, and I guess one of the highlights of this film overall, that's the villain. The High Evolutionary is such a great villain, not because he's redeemable in any way or whatever. It's the fact that you effectively hate him so much that you want to jump into your TV screen and strangle him to death. Yeah, he is that good of a villain, and what he puts Rocket through, and by the way, Rocket is the MVP of this movie. He had so many great moments, and his backstory is heartbreaking. And it's just so well done how the story is told and how it wraps up each individual character's arc. It also just gives each character more time to shine, and you really get the most out of each individual person in this movie. And I really enjoyed that because you pretty much see everybody in their peak in this movie. Especially this corridor scene in the third act. It's like a one-take hallway shot. I loved that scene. I think it's one of the best scenes of the movie, and it's just done super well. And that just reflects on the rest of the movie being that good. Adam Warlock, a lot of people don't like how he was handled in the movie, but I personally love Adam Warlock. I think that how they have him be this more immature child type presence because he was let out of his cocoon early, I thought that that led to some really funny comedy, especially with him, and the actor who plays him is hilarious, so he did a great job. But overall, the characters and how everything was just done, the action, the writing, all of it is just very good, and you could just tell that James Gunn just cares about these characters so much to the point where I can't help but enjoy watching this movie. And because of that, I have to put it at number 2. So at number 1, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yes, that is right. That is probably one of my most controversial opinions on a superhero movie. I, in fact, adore Guardians Volume 2, and I think it's one of the most underrated movies, I think, in recent time. I don't really think people understand how good of a sequel / middle chapter this is. Because this is one of the few sequels, and I'm only specifically talking about the second movie in a franchise. Guardians 2 acts as the perfect follow-up to the original of a movie that I've seen in a while, in the sense of it has a purpose, and it serves it very well. And that purpose is to expand the world, expand the characters, give you great character development, great payoff, great stakes, and emotional drama. This movie does all of that amazingly well. And I don't really understand the hate that people give to this movie. It's very weird. Yes, I get it. But underneath all of that, you get so much great character moments, great payoff, great emotional storytelling, and the comedy is probably my favorite out of the 3 simply because it's so random. You could just tell that James Gunn had all the creative control that he wanted to do with this movie, and it's just great. The villain in this movie, Ego the Living Planet, who is a literal fucking planet, is an insanely great villain because he's Peter's father, the main character's father. And sure, that trope might be used several times, but you know what? It works very well here in the fact that they made Peter's father, Ego the Living Planet, who is an actual fucking planet. How do you do that? How do you pull that off? How do you pitch to a studio, guess what? This planet is the villain of the movie. A planet? Really? Come on. This movie was done so incredibly well. There's so much care and thought put into all three of these movies, but specifically two. I don't understand the hate for this movie at all. I think it's great. I think it's a top tier sequel. And as a middle chapter, it doesn't drag at all. In fact, it moves by so fast and is just as entertaining as 1 and 3. And I just think it's just a solid movie overall. But that's just my own personal opinion. You guys, of course, can have whatever opinion you want, but my personal opinion, Guardians 2 is my favorite Guardians movie. And yeah. Whew, okay. Hey, did we save the galaxy? Are we technically Guardians of the Galaxy at this point?
Yep, it worked. Everyone, we did it. We found Clitoris.
You know, I'll just take your word for it. Yeah, if you guys like this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, do all that cool shit. By the way, one more thing. RRR is not a Bollywood film. It is a Tollywood film. My apologies. I saw all of your comments. Thank you so much for giving me that feedback and letting me know. I put that in the description, so don't worry. But in future videos, if I get something wrong, please don't hesitate. Let me know in the comments, and I'm sure to fix it or clear it up. But thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.
Well, I appreciate your help in saving the galaxy. I think we did a pretty good job.
Yep.
I'll be seeing you around.
Hey, wait. We had a deal.
You're right, we did have a deal. But, something you should know about this whole time reversal thing. It comes at a price. This is for you. I'll be seeing you.
Oh my God.